you guys, they did it. Stranger Things has finally come to an end. Hawkins is healed, Jobber just got engaged, and our cast of crazy kids is ready to move on. But there are also a lot of dumbass moments, you know what I'm saying? One of the biggest criticisms of this show is how massive the cast has gotten. It's cool when they're all getting ready for some crazy action scene and everyone's moving around, but when the camera sits still, it is hilarious to see them all on screen at one time. And whenever they're together in a group, you start to sense that the writers chop the script up into tiny little pieces so that every character has at least one thing to say.
You took out that demo with your mind?
I mean, 3 to be exact.
Simultaneously.
Well, butter my butt and call me a biscuit.
Even Holly's classmates talk in the exact same way.
Debbie's her second best friend, and she crushes hard on Josh. No, she doesn't. She does. Totally.
I'm not the first person to point out they do this, and I didn't used to think this was a problem, but it does make these scenes feel a bit messy and convoluted. But good news, guys, everyone in this show still loves slamming things down. You guys are so dramatic. Like jumping off things? Opening doors? Taking things from each other?
Hey, what are you doing?
Every little thing is so exaggerated that it doesn't feel organic anymore. Guys, he's just getting up. And now we gotta talk about the ridiculous plot armor. Like when you show Demogorgons running this fast and being this aggressive, having them slowly approach a bathtub is just a little too convenient. And when Vecna telepathically tosses a Humvee and then gently nudges Joyce, you start wondering if there are any stakes left in this show.
They're not after us. What? They're not after us.
Then why'd they kill these two guys? When the story sets up characters in life or death situations and then saves them at the last second with some nonsense? Oh no, the rift doesn't line up with the tower. Steve's gonna fall to his death. Oh wait, no. He's good. Hopper's gonna sacrifice. Psych! The sense of danger is constantly being shifted around to fit the narrative, but sometimes you just want to scream out, can someone just die already? Now if I had to pick someone, it would be Murray. I can only watch him pull up to an enemy checkpoint and cheese his way through so many times. And speaking of enemies, let's talk about the military, who needs 6 men, 3 trucks, and a helicopter to catch a random junkie. Good job, guys. Also, you guys got enough callers? It's bad enough they're incompetent on a normal day. They were always only a tiny hurdle for our main characters. And they're all led by the evil Dr. K, who should probably brush up on hygiene protocol, am I right? Ew. Do you want to get sick? Because this is how you get sick. Also, why this kinda... They chose 80s action icon Linda Hamilton for the role, and they spent so much time caring about her legacy as a movie star.
She's a legend. She's iconic. We were huge fans of her.
That they forgot to give her anything interesting to do. And along with the military running around like a bunch of idiots, the Upside Down has gotten way less interesting. Used to be you needed a full hazmat suit to get into it. Or in season 2, at least the crew needed to cover their mouths in the tunnels. Now people are just raw dogging those particles like nothing.
Is this shit safe to breathe?
Guess it is now. And remember in previous seasons how creative they were in showing how to get there? Now you can just drive right through. Even the characters themselves are surprised how easy it is to get in.
We're in the Upside Down.
What?
They took one of the coolest concepts of the show and made it look so incredibly lame. And on top of all that, people are still not paying attention to Will. Does he go into some pocket dimension where people don't see him until he collapses onto the floor? But what really doesn't work is whenever they try to create tension of the unknown, when we already know who's on the other side. Yeah, we know it's Hop. We saw him a couple minutes ago. You can't scare us with moments like these because we've been keeping track of the characters. Like we know Dustin and Steve are looking for Jonathan and Nancy, so where's the suspense here? Another annoying thing that happens is when characters will do something that screams plot convenience. I'm gonna leave this here for someone to find! What? Or when characters conveniently can't understand each other, even though they said things very clearly.
There's a monster!
Slow down, I can't understand you.
Or when they really milk a moment for all it's worth. Yeah, we all know it's Henry. Just spell it out, Karen. Yep, Henry. Come on! Also, it gets pretty funny whenever the creators forget the logic of their own show. Like when Will explains how he connects to the hive mind.
I was seeing what it was seeing and...
Seeing what it was seeing? You're talking about the Demogorgons, right? The creatures who famously don't have eyes? Or when Robin is forced to tell Vicky what she's been up to and she doesn't believe her?
So let's recap. There is a dark wizard who is stealing children and putting them in a dream world.
Right.
Girl, tons of people have died in Hawkins by now. I'm sure you know the Earth is split open. Pillars of smoke rising to the sky? This part made me want to punch a wall. Sure, the writers might make an odd wording choice here and there.
Let's just hope it's not too hard.
If it is, I'll soften it.
The fuck? But when we got to the end of Volume 1 and found out that the person behind the door was Kali, I gotta admit, I was a little intrigued. What are they gonna do with their character? I bet they must have something amazing up their sleeve if...
Now Dr. K is trying to restart
None of
Look, I don't want to be mean, but did Kali do anything besides dump a whole bunch of exposition on us?
They were infusing her and her unborn child with my blood, and it was killing her, along with her unborn child.
Dude, you don't need to say unborn child twice. After hearing this line, it became even more obvious when they pulled the same thing again.
He's a metal detectorist. You know what that is?
He searches for metal.
Yeah, with his metal detector.
Just clean up the script a little, Jesus. If they just cut out the fat, they would have realized other things, like, you didn't need to have Eleven knock over this cup of pens if Hopper was just gonna point a gun at him. Just point the gun at him. It's the same thing. You didn't need Holly to go through this whole escape arc only to be captured again by Vecna. And last season I thought this was bad. And what was up with Kali looking so small? Like, it makes sense if she's surrounded by big tough military dudes, but what's going on here? Or here? Is she shrinking? Oh no, Kali!
My story was always going to end here.
I thought it could have ended back in season 2, but go off, queen. Alright, look. We've clowned on this show long enough. Believe it or not, there are things that I actually liked about this season. First thing I'm gonna say Stranger Things does really well is give us imagery we haven't seen before. Whether it's the van flip in season 1, or Will going Jumanji in season 2, the one thing you can't knock the show for is going crazy with striking visuals. Even though I wasn't the biggest fan of the whole kidnapping kids plot, I did like that one part where they all got possessed. And whenever Will suddenly had demo vision, I loved that reverberating distortion effect they did. When they came back for Volume 2 though, and he threw in that little head sway from left to right, it did start looking pretty silly. Okay, maybe the show does borrow certain beats from other movies, hiding from demo dogs like Jurassic Park, having sounds come through your subconscious like Inception, flipped gravity like Dungeons and Dragons, Vecna showing up like Thanos in Infinity War, 11 jumping around like Rey in Rise of Skywalker, Holly using her spyglass like Rey in Rise of Skywalker? Uh-oh. At least visually, the team knows how to present this world in fun and interesting ways. And speaking of the visuals, the CGI has never been better. Also, why this? Kinda. Sure, sometimes they spend so much attention on the big epic shots that they'll forget to tell the actors to look in the same direction. Yeah, Natalia, could you look a little lower? Forget it. But overall, anytime a Demogorgon was on screen, you just know they put the time and money into making them look as realistic as possible. And when Vecna showed up in episode 4, I loved everything he did. Like this. And this. And this. But when he throws these two guys into the gas tank, they couldn't have fixed this part up a bit. I could practically feel the wires. Oh yeah, and this guy? He ain't gonna be in Stranger Things 6. And I think everyone would agree, Volume 1 ended on a high note. And seeing a gay character absolutely wreck shit up after realizing all he needed this whole time was to accept himself is a pretty powerful message in the cynical world we live in. Wiping away the nosebleed here was just a hair too theatrical, but I'll allow it. And it wasn't just Will who got his well-deserved screen time. Every major character got their moment to shine. Dustin and Steve, after arguing for like the first 5 episodes, finally opened up to each other and became best friends again. Lucas and Max had a super emotional reunion. Jonathan, after getting jizzed on in the jizz room, wakes up to have a heartfelt talk with Nancy. I even like how Jonathan and Steve came to respect each other. Hopper having his John Wick moment. Joyce getting the most badass line in the whole show.
With the wrong family.
And 11, after almost 7 episodes of just doing this, for like so long, finally used her powers for something cool. Oh Oh shit! Even the secondary characters had their moments. The Erica Pie scene was a personal favorite. They even introduced a new character named Derek.
Because if this is gonna work, we need dipshit Derek.
Yeah, I'm a dipshit. Even fan favorites came back at just the right moment.
Who is it, Snookums?
Oh, it's okay, Sugarlump. Go back to bed. I'll just be 1 second.
Mr. Clark, you little hoe. In my opinion, Stranger Things has always nailed humor. My favorite joke in all of season 3 was when Will describes what he feels when he senses the mind flayer and Eleven has no idea what he's talking about.
You know when you drop on a roller coaster? Sure.
Yeah, no.
And who could forget this iconic moment back in season 2?
So, how was the pullout?
This show has the uncanny ability to balance just the right amount of humor in even the most tense situations.
Mr. Watson?
And even though the final episode was a bit of a mixed bag for me, isn't there a time limit to this mission, guys? Oh, now you all run it! Now you all run it! On one hand, I hated how Vecna's plan was to wipe out our world so we can build a new one. We've seen that be so many villains' master plan by now that it's getting super annoying. Or how easy it was for the team to save the day. Like, where did all the Demogorgons and Demo Dogs and Demobats go? Same place those Water Navi went in Avatar 2, I guess. Do I wish Will could have used his powers to do some more cool shit? Yes. Do I wish Vecna could have been less of a beta? Yes. But those are just small complaints compared to how the ending actually came together. Max might have said what some of us were thinking.
Wait. Hold on. That's it. Comfort and happiness? Could you be more trite?
But you know what? Maybe that's okay. Maybe we didn't need characters to die for this show to have legacy. Maybe waiting so long between seasons and having the cast grow up so fast wasn't something to make memes about, but something to show us truly how much time has passed and how we've grown along with them. Some might think it's cheesy, but seeing the sadness of the real-life actors coming through hit me pretty hard. I could criticize some of the dumb things in the show, but I can also appreciate how far these kids have come, how much better they've all gotten at acting, how flawlessly they've become these characters, and how they'll each live on in our memories in their own special way.
Son of a bitch!
There was never going to be a perfect ending that would have satisfied all of us, but I'm just glad we got something we could all bond over these past few weeks, and something we can all talk about for years to come. Anyway, thank you for listening to me ramble. Hey, subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video.